Alright, let's look at some problems if you need help, so we can review the steps here.
Sorry, my thing's loud.
Alright, we're going to go through all the steps and visualize each step on what it is. First step is we want to add and subtract these two fractions, 4/7 and 2/9. I cannot add fractions that have different denominators, so I have to find common denominators for these two fractions and find equivalent fractions for both. First step is to decide what the common denominator is. Easiest way to do it is multiply the two denominators together. When in doubt, multiply them. 9 times 7 is 63. I need to write down my new denominator for both problems. I got the common denominator 63 by multiplying 9. Alright, so we have our common denominator 63 on both sides. Now what we need to do is look at each of these fractions as a separate equivalent fraction problem. I need to find the equivalent fraction for 4/7 with 63 as the denominator, the missing numerator problem. Okay, 7 times 9 equals 63. So whatever I do at the bottom, I must also do the top. 4 times 9 equals 36. Okay, my new fraction that equals 4/7 is 36/63. So in a sense, I'm now done with 4/7 because I've got a new fraction with the denominator 63 for it. I do the same thing to the other side. What do I do to 9 to get 63? 9 times 7. Whatever I do to the bottom, I must do the top. Missing numerator here is 14. And that gives me my new fraction for 2/9. Now I have the problem 36/63 plus 14/63. Again, I leave the denominator the same in the problem when I add and subtract fractions, and I add the numerators. 36 plus 14 is 50. Alright, let's try another one now. Let's try subtraction 3/4 minus 1/5. Again, we're looking at subtracting two fractions, but they have different denominators. So first thing I need to do is find a common denominator, and if I multiply the denominators, I get 20. My new denominator for both fractions is going to be 20. Okay, now I need to look at both problems as equivalent fraction problems. 4 times 5 equals 20. So 3 times 5 equals 15. Done with 3/4. 15/20 is equal to 3/4. 5 times 4 is equal to 20. So 1 times 4 is equal to 4. 4/20 is equal to 1/5. I'm done there. Now I can simply take 15/20 minus 4/20. Again, the denominator stays the same when I'm adding and subtracting fractions, and I have a common denominator. Now I subtract the numerators. 15 minus 4 is 11. Answer is 11/20. Alright, we're going to jump to a mixed number problem now. We're going to jump right to subtraction because, to be honest, the addition is easy. You just add them together. The subtractions where sometimes there's borrowing. So we're going to jump right to a subtraction problem. So we're going to do, I'm going to write up top here, 3 and 3/18 minus 1 1/3. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out the fraction parts. I'm going to pull out the 3/18 and 1/3 and figure those out down here. 3/18 minus 1/3. Now I have to find a common denominator. Now in this case, the 18 is my common denominator. So I only have to change this fraction. And I'm going to make it with a denominator of 18. Again, I'm going to make my missing numerator part of the problem. 3 times 6 equals 18, so 1 times 6 equals 6. My new fraction is 6/18. Okay, now when I look at and put the whole problem back together, I now have 3 and 3/18 minus 1 and 6/18. I can't take 6 away from 3 in the numerator, so I have to borrow. When I borrow, I'm going to borrow from 3, make it a 2. Okay, then I'm going to add the denominator 18 plus the numerator 3, 18, 19, 20, 21, and that becomes my new numerator. Now I can subtract. I'm going to say 2 minus 1 is 2, and 21 minus 6 is 15. 15/18, and when I reduce that, that becomes 2 5/6. Okay, if you didn't see reducing, I don't care. As long as you get this answer, that's the important part right now. We're not worrying about simplifying. Just make sure you understand the process. All right, hopefully these 3 problems have helped. Good luck.